Hey guys, Madam Ro here today, and I wanted to share with you a quick tutorial. I have my tripod now, so I'm able to do start to finish videos and tutorials. So I wanted to try this new technique, which is an image transfer onto aluminum foil. And this is the first time I'm going to be doing this, so you guys are going to share in the experience with me. Now, if it's successful, I will upload this video. So if you are watching this video now, it was successful. Bear with me, you guys. This is my very first tutorial, and I will try my best to do it right. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm working on today is I'm going to be altering this paper mache heart that I got from Hobby Lobby. $1.17. I used my 40% off coupon, so it ended up being cheaper than that. So I am going to be doing a steampunk heart, very kind of grungy, mixed media style. So I wanted to use the Engraver paper from Prima, and I was trying to decide between this paper and this paper, but I felt like since I'm going to be using like clocked pieces and stuff, that the numbers fit better, and then I can probably apply like paints and stuff, and it would look better on this as opposed to the darker paper. So I decided to go with this paper. Now, since this heart is kind of oddly shaped, then it's kind of hard without having to do like maybe ripping this into pieces to apply it around the whole thing smoothly. I decided that I wanted to use foil to wrap it around. Plus I wanted to play around with the texture that the foil might give. So I'm going to go ahead and try out this image transfer now. And this is how the first one turned out. And let me scoop this up. I used this paper, and this is kind of like, you know, a little trial and error that I did, but in the end I liked how it turned out. I'm not finished with it. I just simply put the transfer on here and wrapped it with the foil. So I'm going to do another heart because I think I'm going to marry the two hearts together for the steampunk piece that I'm making. So I wanted to try it with the darker paper to see if it stands out a little bit more than this lighter paper did. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys how I did it, and hopefully this time it turns out better than how that one turned out. So you're probably most likely going to hear my son in the background. So of course you're going to need a piece of foil. And it's best if you're going to, you know, do this on canvas. If you're not planning on wrapping it around anything, I would suggest you adhere this with Mod Podge to canvas before doing it. But I'm going to be wrapping this, so I'm not going to skip that part. This is the paper I'm going to use. This is from the Prima Engraver line. You're going to need some Mod Podge and a paintbrush for this step. So I'm going to quickly do this before my son starts getting too fussy. He's in his swing right now playing. While he's content, you can go ahead and get started. So you are going to evenly coat the side that you want the image to be transferred on. So luckily I have an A4 paper and it's white on the back. So this is the side I'm going to go ahead and use. So you're just going to coat this thoroughly throughout the whole paper. And right now I'm going to try what Miss Liberty Miranda usually does, is put her stuff in the oven so that way it can dry. And I think that's probably going to work better. So that way it dries evenly all together as opposed to using a heat gun and certain parts dry faster than others. The last one image transfer I did on foil, I didn't let it dry long enough, so whenever I was, wiping it layer away, it wiped through to the foil. So that's why I'm going to try it again and see if this technique works better. So we did that. Now you're going to take your foil. Sorry, you guys, for the glare. And place your paper down and make sure you wipe out all of the air bubbles and stuff and lay it flat evenly. What is it? So after this step, you're going to either dry it with the heat gun, let it air dry, and I'm going to attempt to put this in the oven and hope that it doesn't burn. If I come back with, burnt paper, you'll know not to put yours in the oven. But I'm going to try this out and see if this works. So I'm making sure that all of the pieces are on here evenly, because I want it all to transfer onto the foil. Alright, so on to the next step. I will come back once this is dry. Okay, so I put this in the oven on 250. It only took about 5 minutes and it was already dry. And then just to make sure it was dry, I went over it with my heat gun. And it's fairly sturdy. So that's the results that you're going to need to, make sure that it's fully dry. Or else, if it's not dry all the way, you're going to scratch it down to the foil. And as you can see on some of the parts on this, you can see where it showed up, and then the pieces where the foil showed through. I actually kind of like this effect. I think it just adds to the grunginess, but I'm going to try and see if I can do it without it, so many foil pieces showing through. Okay, so you're going to need like either a baby wipe, a damp washcloth, and a spray bottle for this technique. Last time I did it, I actually sprayed and saturated the back of this, and it didn't work out so well. So this time I'm going to try, spraying the rag, getting it nice and damp. And then I'm going to try going over the back part of this. And you're going to just rub away you can see it coming through a little bit. Oh yeah, this works much better. Much better than before. So you're going to wipe it away until you don't see any more of the white. It gets a little messy. And my son is trying to eat the table. Ah, can't do that, Cameron. I got him in my lap so you can be a little quiet and not make so much noise. Oh yeah, this works better, way better. And I like how the darker paper shows up better than how the lighter paper that I used earlier did. So I would say if you're going to do this technique to try using dark paper, and I'm going to spray this a little more. So I'm not going to let y'all sit here and watch me do this whole thing, but I just wanted to show you So I'm going to go ahead and finish this and I will come back. Okay guys, I'm back. I just wanted to show you the finished results of this. And currently I am going over this. I just got finished actually wiping this off so you can see the texture. And it kind of is like, has like a little faded look to it. So what I did to also seal it in is put, you can tell a difference from this part right here. It's kind of shiny. And I just sealed it with a layer of Mod Podge. So, and I'm going to do that all over. But I just wanted to show you the difference between this and that. Hopefully you guys can tell how this part is more shiny, and then this part is more shiny, and this part is a little bit more ashy looking, I should say. But I'm very pleased with the results. I'm loving all the different textures and lines and stuff that you can see in it. And I'm probably going to do a little bit more balling up to give it some more texture as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish adding a layer of Mod Podge. Okay, so now I'm going over this with a layer of Mod Podge. Kind of just put like a thin layer on it. Because I'm not really feeling a little faded look to this. I'm going to give it a little gloss. This is also will work as a sealant, so that way it won't scratch off anymore whenever you put it on your canvas or whatever you're choosing to put it on. Okay, so I just did that. I'm going to go over it with my heat tool and I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so the ashiness of this is gone, and I really love the way that it looks. So this is what it looks like. And just FYI, when you're doing an image transfer, if you guys are going to use something to print it off with, like print it from your computer or take it to wherever you're going to get it printed at, be sure to flip it because it's going to show up the reverse side. So all these words are backwards on here. But for my project, it doesn't matter because it's going to be crumpled up onto art anyway. But I just wanted to let you guys know, whatever you do, it's going to be flipped whenever you do your image transfer. So just keep that in mind whenever you're getting ready to do a project. So this looks like it actually was printed on this piece of paper. And I just love the way that it turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on my heart now. Cut the extra pieces off and then put it on my heart and come back and share with you guys what that looks like. Alright, so I've cut the extra pieces off of the side just so it's only showing the transfer part, and this is what it looks like on the back. Here's my paper mache heart, and I'm gonna matter of fact, I'm going to crumple this up just a little bit because I want it to give it some more texture. You guys, while I was doing this, I had so many ideas of what else I want to do using this technique. So a couple of my projects, more of my projects are going to definitely use this technique. The good thing about foil is that it wraps around stuff very well. And this is better. I wanted to do it this way because I didn't want to have to cut out strips and like kind of Mod Podge little strips around the whole thing for it to fit. I wanted to do it like this. So I'm going to get this together and then show you what it looks like once it's put together. I'm so loving this texture. Alright, I'm going to play around with this a little more and then come back and show you. Okay, so this is how it turned out. Guys, look at all that texture. I'm not really finished with it. I'm going to play around with different Lindy sprays and acrylic paints and alcohol inks. And really like fix it up. But this is just what it looks like before I do any more altering to it. And I'm not sure if I want to use this as a front with all this, you know, bumpy texture. I really love it. And where the white is showing up at, you can see where the foil part, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So this is what it looks like when you use a darker paper. And this is what I got the first time around when I used a lighter paper. And this would have showed up a lot clearer had I sealed it with Mod Podge. I didn't seal it like I did this one at the end with Mod Podge. So it gets a better effect that way. So I'm going to create a project using these two hearts. And let me share with you a little bit of sneak peek of the materials that I'll be using. I have this huge key. It's going to be definitely steampunk. We have some wings going on there, some spare part gears, some smaller gears here. This is from Hobby Lobby from the jewelry section, this part. We got some clock pieces also from spare parts from Hobby Lobby. Then I got a lot from eBay, some watch parts. So we have all those that's going to be going on there. We have these compasses that Two Shabby Sisters shop has these. We also have some more wings, a key, some clock arms, the Tim Holtz kind. Gotta have some more Prima. Some Prima light bulbs as well. And have keyhole there. So I know you guys are wondering what I'm going to actually do with this. Hopefully this turns out the way that I imagine it. If it doesn't, you will not see a video on this. But if it does, stay tuned for my steampunk heart video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys try out this tutorial. If anyone does try it out, be sure to do a video response, link it to this, because I would definitely love to see what you guys come up with. And I think I'm going to actually try this technique on a layout that I'm going to do, and also an altered Venetian mask that I'm getting ready to work on as well. So you'll be seeing more of this technique in the next few projects that I will be doing. So you guys have a good day, and thank you for watching. Bye.